More than music, Jacotte CHOLLET Multidimensional music is a vibrational, energetic quantum tool providing conscious resonance with visible and invisible, conscious and subconscious dimensions of our whole being. Listening to it provokes conscious connection and release of dissonant emotional stuff, energy blockings, and cellular memories that prevent contact with our most extraordinary gifts, such as creativity, inspiration, intuition, empathy, self-healing, that remain otherwise inaccessible and hidden under awareness level. Several monitoring sessions with the Mind Mirror by Maxwell CADE during listening session with Jacotte music show evidence of some specific qualification of this music, which provides to the listener in a few seconds only deep relaxation, deep meditation, creativity, visualization, inspiration, intuition, focus, and mindfulness. The awakened mind brainwave pattern combines the intuitive, empathetic radar of the delta wave, the creative inspiration, personal insight, and spiritual awareness of the theta waves, the bridging capacity and relaxed, detached awareness of the alpha waves, and the external attention and ability to consciously process thought of beta waves, and all at the same time. It is a brainwave pattern shared by people in higher states of consciousness, regardless of their philosophy, theology, or meditation techniques. This brainwave pattern can be found during peak experience and in all forms of creativity and high performance. The awakened mind is also the aha appearing at the exact instant of solving the problem or getting the insight.
But the thing that strikes me is how instantly, within 3 seconds that the music starts, it just says something. Like that just said to me, support and love.
Yeah.
And the one before said something else, but it was within a few seconds of the vibration starting. I could feel it, what it was about, for me anyway.
And also, what I was saying to Nicky was that she'd had like a physical healing, like when we used to run our meditation courses, and you could always tell when somebody had had a physical deep relaxation by the needle. When you opened your eyes after it, it moved of itself without you having to sort of breathe that needle up, showing that you'd had a new energy and vitality flowing in the nervous system. And I mentioned that to you, didn't I? So that must have been very healing.
quite a long one. I don't think.
Lovely. Yes, the other music was...
You went to, really did, you were down to box 6. It's not box 6 on both ends. And your temperature right up to 35.
Oh, well...
But you come back up now.
Well, that's a sign that I've had a deep relaxation and meditation, because if it comes right up, then you gained vitality, that it was a beneficial health state, meditation. I was going to say that I felt that it was deeply meditative, this one. And I, again, because I'm very always aware of my body, and you know, I get annoyed with it sometimes, because I had no awareness of my body at all. It felt completely comfortable, and I wasn't like, it was there, but I wasn't attached to it in any way. It was this, what I call was a deep peace and reverence. The word for it was reverence. Like, it was this very, very deep state of feeling at one and at peace, if you like, with oneself, and a reverence.
It felt very pleasing to my brain, actually. It felt very, the level of the sounds and stuff, the frequency of the sounds felt very pleasing to my brain. And it was a healing experience. I also had a number of insights while I was listening to the music. And then every now and again my left brain came in, I thought something like, well, I must do a brain dominance profile on Izzy. But I think it was because I could experience the music going between my hemispheres and stuff.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind.
Yeah. But I could have listened to it for ages.
That's some of the strongest brain rhythms we've observed.
Yeah.
What was my brain doing?
A lot of mini egg.
Mini eggs, and very strong on the theta at times. Stronger than the alpha.
Was it?
Oh yes, yes, yes. And they were, I felt, quite different and balanced, and they were showing a lot more creativity.
There were particular notes, frequencies in the music that made me feel particularly good. Some of the higher tones, I felt my brain really went, it really expanding.
Yeah, yes, it looked like
you were going,
yes.
the frequencies go up and down, they were all pretty high actually on this one, but there were times when it was a really sustained high frequency, and I could just feel my brain really enjoying that. It was really felt as though my brain was stretching.
The brain rhythms were showing something that was satisfying and creative.
And stretching.
And meaningful.
I think it's reaching a state of connection, higher connection with some knowing, I don't know.
Exactly. It's the experience of the whole.
That's what I think, yes.
And this, having the alpha, helps us to actually access
Experience
this.
it.
It's there often, but one hasn't got access to it.
It's more like a sort of visual sensing, if one can put it that way.
Yes.
Well, that was very quick,
Yeah.
because I was only about 9 minutes, and it'd gone down to 500k.
Yeah.
Which means?
It's a very deep
Deep
state of relaxation.
sensation very quickly. It sort of almost pulled you in.
But he
to
was
this-
still quite connected, because
Yes.
his temperature was,
Didn't go down.
no,
It wasn't disconnected.
it went up from where he started.
Yes. So it was deep relaxation. And
Loads
the-
of delta beta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what I find...
And it was stimulating at a deep level as well. Sorry, Peter.
Well, the one thing I would say about this, you know, compared with, you know, guided imagery and that sort of stuff, you don't have to do any work at all. You just sit there and follow
Oui,
it.
you don't have to do anything. Yes.
Because part of the whole work that, like, we do with the relaxation is to get people into imagery. Whereas Peter was saying, you don't have to
No, you
bother
don't
with
need-
that,
no.
that you get it
You-
just from the music.
Yeah, you just
And it will put you into that deep state of meditation.
that's what people say.
Yeah.
Report lot.
But right brain, almost immediately, just felt that the effect was different. He was much more engaged.
Oh,
And the
absolutely.
brain was more balanced, it felt more connecting, the different levels felt more connecting, there was much less muscle tension. And the delta was always somehow in relation to, it was in more.
Yeah. You know, there was a complete more letting go, but at the same time being focused.
Really, we just adjust the sensitivity to get the pattern to take, you know, useful amount of the screen, really.
So you can see the configuration.
Yes, sure.
It's very balanced, isn't it? Right and left. But that is much more calm and allowing the music to flow and to be with the music. You see, that Max would say that was a higher state, because he always says, even in a higher state, you're always aware.
Yeah, definitely.
You know,
Yeah, sure.
because that is your protection
Yeah, sure.
against any brainwashing people, or you just floating off somewhere. And
Yeah, or, you know, an internal, you know, maybe there's a decision point which might be crucial, but it's really based on a feel. of
see,
things.
that's going into the creativity now. See how balanced they are and steady they are, Jacotte. And that's when you listen to your music, you just let all the externals and all the things that have been going on, you let them go and you become in the moment. Ooh, See, lovely, lovely. That, I don't know what you're sensing there, but that's reaching out in that natural state of the mind, allowing what's unconscious and what's in the conscious come together. You're aware of both. So therefore you can be creative at that moment. Very balanced, Peter.
Yes.
In fact, it's for that reason that I did that music. Because I was in a quest of myself, of who I am, in real, for real. Who am I? And so I was trying to reach what is beyond, what is beyond, what is beyond, what is deep inside. What is the I am? What is it? And so my exercise with sound and music was reaching out for that. And
were there any particular experiences that you had during that music?
Doing this one?
Yes.
Yeah, it was that recognition of that oneness, of being one, of being one and being the whole. I mean, that there was no other. It was a feeling of, and maybe spirit is what is spirit, being the whole. So that's what I experienced, being the whole and being one. Right? There's no more something else, something to reach or something to match or something. It's there. Oui, il y a beaucoup d'alpha. Ça prend la forme de l'œuf de temps en temps. Celui-là, ce profil-là, c'est vraiment celui qui montre l'œuf de la créativité.
During the session when you were wired, what you could sense was a build-up in the amplitude of the rhythms, particularly the alpha and the theta. They just accumulated over time. They were pulsing, but they just got wider and wider and wider.
Amplitude.
And the beta started to come in almost immediately. And so to the beta you added the alpha and the theta, and you gradually were making the egg shape, that creativity shape. The other thing is there was much less delta when the music came on than before, and there wasn't a lot of delta anyway, but there were delta flares. But when the music came on, those delta flares just seemed to disappear. So
what does it mean?
It means that the intuitive part of the brain was actually being accessed by the alpha, so you've got more knowledge of it.
Yeah. The other thing that strikes me about your music is, I think that the way I would describe it, if it's active listening, it's very engaging.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
it draws you in and it draws your attention. And I'm just thinking about music that's what I call passive listening, that almost floats through you. But there's a lot of elements in your music that keep the person engaged. There's or there's or whatever it is, but I mean it's keeping your attention.
Yeah, because
and I'm wondering if that's part of the alpha beta.
Alpha beta. I think that's what explains it.
It doesn't allow you to drift away. Actually, it keeps the focus
Mm-hmm.
of the reptilian brain because it's changing so much. Whereas if you go on
Mm-hmm.
over a long period of time with that liquid music,
Mm-hmm.
the brain will actually become so habituated it doesn't focus and attend on it to
Mhm.
it anymore. It has a
Mhm.
different sort of effect than if it's actively
Mm-hmm.
engaged.
And what do you what is your conclusion of that?
Well, I'm just wondering if that helps to bring about this synchronicity between the alpha and the beta. So the attention of the beta is there, but it's absolutely married with, you know, the relaxed state of the mind. But the attention is kept by the music. One's attention is kept actively by the music. So I think in that sense it's quite different to other types of music
I'm
that
sure.
would appear to be similar.
The creative people or artists or painters, or they put it in the background, and they don't. I tell them don't pay attention, and immediately they are in a state of creativity. I was very interested in getting in that state more and more naturally.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
to be so that you are very focused. On all dimension. I mean, on your body, but without any constriction to do something. A state of awareness, being very aware.
Well, that's like the whole of Max's work: awake and aware, but relaxed and.
Yeah, so that's why I'm here. Maybe.